to speak to you today about Roman contributions to prove that John Locke's tabula rasa, or normally called blank slate, is wrong. What the blank slate means, what John Locke means, that we are born without nothing written about us. I'm going to show, using the architect, what Romans had, the education, what they will, and hygiene they used then, what we use today. I'm going to start with the architect. The Colosseum you see at the top right was made from Romans, and they used concrete and cement to form arches. They are the ones who mastered the arch and made it possible to build farther and larger. You know, like today we use skyscrapers, and that we use constantly cement, metal, and concrete. Romans created the idea of cement, which is basically glue made of powdered cement powder mixed with water, sand, and gravel aggregate to connect stones that they used to build these buildings. So basically, you're wondering how they got all this material to the one location to build. What they did, they created blocks at different locations around where they're found, and they created roads. They created roads leading to them and to the city. Well, there's a saying we're constantly used that all roads lead to Rome. Well, back then in Europe, that was true. But the Romans went around conquering every different nation, and from every city they could conquer, they made a road straight there to Rome. And so they were able to use the road to transport materials back and forth faster, transport troops to conquer other nations, and advance their cities. Well, another one, what Romans did, where they built constantly in every city, like almost every city they went to, was road bathhouse. Road bathhouses were large and huge. From Chris Truman, bachelor degree in British history, the Romans conquered the British Isles a little bit and settled there. So he basically knows much. That the bathhouse-wise, Rome's, as you see, is a giant pool. But they had many different giant pools, especially in Rome, with different setups. For the beginning, there's actually really hot water that they bathed in first. And for the bathing, they clean themselves, and it's not very private, as you see next day. But you clean your bodies, then you move on to a much cooler pool, and cooler, till it's freezing cold. And afterwards, they get out and have personal slaves to scrape their bodies of all the grand yuck they accumulated. So they cleaned up themselves well, as the saying goes. I'll rub your back, you rub mine. And then branches off from that. Well, another factor remains was irrigation. How they got water from to and fro. As you remember that in Colosseum, there's arches constant. They realized how strong arch is and continued with this setup. And had bring water from vast amounts from rivers, oceans, to cities far inland, using this setup to move the water. So basically, I'd be wondering how in the world they figure out how to do this. They had a Greek-style education, so they stole it from Greek, yeah, but they advanced it and moved it. From Truman and Martin Bloomer, who studied Roman education and branched off, that the students worked 7 days a week, non-stop. However, they did stop for the holidays, like half an hour then. But basically, they sat there and learned. And if they didn't learn, they got punished with a stick, kind of like how America was recently. So basically, I went through and explained to you that Roman architecture, Roman hygiene, and Roman education reflects how we live today. with our bathrooms, our education right now, and our buildings were made from concrete and cement we constantly use. So, thank you.